Hi everyone, welcome to Whispering Spirit for the week of August the 3rd. We're in August now, amazing, hey? Here I am, looking for my live. Hi whoever's joined, nice to see you tonight. Happy full moon, it's so bright outside, it's amazing. Hi Mary, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hi to whoever has joined, a few more people on. I'll do my usual share, and I feel a bit nervous tonight. I don't know why. I'm just going to say it. I'm a little bit anxious. I think it's this moon. It's got a bit of a weird vibe to it tonight. It's beautiful, but it feels quite intense. Yes. So let me do my share. Oops, that sound's on. Turn that sound up. I was just listening to some music. I was getting taken by the music, and so the sound's still on. So share, so I'll share to my group. Hi Katrina, hi Irina, hi Charlotte, hi Daniela. Oh, do you know, we must be tuned in. I was thinking about you again today, Daniela, wondering how you're going with your tarot cards actually, because I know that you bought some Mythic Tarot, and I was just dreaming and sort of daydreaming and thinking about you with your tarot and wondering how you're going with it, if you've been playing with them. Okay, so let me share this on my timeline. And then I will share. Hi Rosie, good to see you. You made it, Katrina. Yes, awesome. Hi Corrine. So I'll just pop this into my closed group and then I can somewhat relax. I've got nerves, I've got like just a funny feeling in my belly tonight, or in my solar plexus actually, is where it's sitting. Just this strange sensation. Yes, I'm sure it will settle in time. Sometimes it happens when I'm about to do a read. Well, not when I'm about, sort of in the prep. I get it. Some nights I feel nervous, and other nights I'm like really chilled out and relaxed. Probably too relaxed. Tonight I feel a bit more serious about things. Hi Kim. So I'll just post this in my group. There we go. Yeah, I was just listening to those of you who know me know that I love In Excess. I like all sorts of music, but I like In Excess as well. I've just realised that they've uploaded one of their songs, a new one, on their Baby Live album, a new video in July. So I was just watching that then. He's so good looking. I think he is anyway. I know he's passed over. Doesn't mean he isn't hot. He's still hot. He's so gorgeous. Anyway, can't even shuffle my cards when I think about how good looking he is. Hi Tabitha. Hi Shannon. Nice to see you. Oh, it's so good. Listen, I really appreciate it. I had something like, I don't know, last week 11 shares. It's really kind of you to share. I appreciate when you do. I don't realise that people are sharing when they do share. So if I haven't said thank you, it's not because I don't appreciate it. I just don't realise it. Sometimes your settings are private, so I don't know who has shared, but I appreciate it when you do. Thank you. You concur, do you, Rosie? Yes, he's hot. He is. He's so good looking. I wish he was still alive. Well, you know, to appreciate his voice as well. And he was a poet, which is just beautiful. Oh, yeah, anyway. Okay, that moon, hey? The dreamy moon. So, yeah, when I took a picture of the moon, there was this beautiful pink sort of hue that came up as well. It was gorgeous. So, for those of you who might be new and who've just joined, my name is Marina Lobas. I refer to myself as the Soul Purpose Mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose. And I do that through channeling mentoring, tarot mentoring, and soulful business support mentoring. So, how this works is I am going to pick 3 cards, and I pick them, they're not I haven't pre-picked them. I'll pick them Whoops, spontaneous. That's an interesting card to fall out. Let's not get this one tonight, shall we? We don't need a tower moment. We certainly don't need a tower moment. So I'll just pick the cards randomly, and then I'll read 3 cards for the energy report for this week. So your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, I believe are working in collaboration, and I'm reading for the collective. Yeah, we don't want a tower moment this week, do we? Not with a full moon. No thanks. Yes, the tower card. No more tower moments. No. Yeah, so, and then after I finish doing the 3-card energy report, then I'll do some free readings. So you just need to put yes in the comments section, and then I'll randomly choose you. If I don't choose you for a reading, it's not because I'm deliberately ignoring you, or I'm being, you know, I don't know, exclusive. It's because I'm short on time. But the other thing as well is when I do the 1-card readings, I do try and sort of make them a little bit general so that you get a sense of what the card means, and how it may fit for you personally, because there's still readings for the collective. So if something resonates for you, take it as a message for you as well. And then, yeah, and I do like to sort of teach a little bit, share. I can't help it. I love the cards so much. I go a bit get carried away with some of the stories in the cards. But they're really relevant. The myths are really relevant. So I do share the myths. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, I've got to get more serious here. Had to pull my chair in there. Okay, 3 cards. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Christy. Hi, Aurelia. Hi, Edie. Oh, Edie, I haven't seen you for so long. I was thinking about you last week. I hope you're going well. After our last session, you popped into my mind. We must be tuning in. I was. I was. I was thinking about you. Hi, Sandy. I shared and wrote, get your weekly tart. Oh, my God. Thanks. Your tart forecast now. Oh, no, that's okay. I don't mind. Right. Let's get started. 3 cards. No tower. We don't want a tower moment, do we? The tower card isn't really that bad. It's a good card. It brings us to our truth. It's just sometimes that doesn't happen without conflict, that's all. Okay. I'm scared. I'm thinking, oh shit, what if I actually pulled the tower card? Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. Hi, Michael. Nice to see you. Okay, so the first card we have, he's like the healer of the tarot, one of the healers, and he is, just forgotten his name. That's okay, we don't need to know his name. The King of Cups. So he rules the water element, and he's the card of being in service, the way in which we support people emotionally. And so he's like the therapist of the tarot. So the story around him is that, and the story's relevant, which is why I'm sharing it with you. It's relevant for our message this week, for our energy report this week. The story around him is that his wife died of a snake bite, and she was taken into Hades' underworld, and he was devastated by this loss, and he went into the underworld and begging Hades to bring his wife back, let his wife come back, and Hades said, sure, okay, no problem, but the deal was that as he was leaving the underworld back onto the other side of River Styx, which is your consciousness or the daylight, and underworld being the unconscious of night. So as he was leading her out of the underworld, she was walking behind him, but he wasn't allowed to look behind. He wasn't allowed to check to see if she was still there. He had to trust that she would follow him. And right before they reached the edge of the River Styx, moving over into daylight, into the consciousness, he turned around because he didn't trust. And so he lost her forever, and she stayed in the realm of Hades and in the underworld, and that was it. He lost her, it was final. And so he grieved for her, but he kept this quiet, and he lost trust, he lost faith in life, and so he spent his life in service to others and helping others, but he did that to avoid his feelings. He didn't share his heart with anybody else. Yes, thank you, Orpheus. Thank you, that's right. And he didn't share his heart. He refused to share his heart. And so he closed himself off from relationship. He prevented the potential for new relationship. And so he invested all the love that he had for her. He invested it in helping other people, but he himself was incredibly lonely. And he ended up being murdered by the gods. The gods were so jealous of his ability to heal that they ended up murdering him. But the message in this card is that we have to... We're required to open our hearts this week, to let down some of the armor and to trust. To trust. That was a message that came through the other day, to trust. I'm like, what does that mean, to trust? Well, letting down the armor and trusting in life, that life is supporting you, that love will find a way. And he was really gifted at listening. He was really clever at listening and holding space for others. And yes, this card is about how we can be in service for others, but also how we can receive as well, the ways in which we can open up to receiving too. So this is the card of seeking out, a therapist if the time's right, or going to have some healing sessions, or, potentially sharing how you feel with someone that you care about, that you've may be holding back on, and also gently opening up your heart again, and letting down some of the armor so that you are in connection with others. You can see here in the card, you probably can't see, I'm trying to show you that the water is really, it's sort of rough, and he's Cancerians are very private. He's very private, but to his own detriment. He doesn't open up, and then so he ends up holding in and holding back from relationship. So if you want love, if you want to meet, be in love and meet someone, you have to let yourself open up and trust, and from experience, I've had a few relationships in my lifetime so far. The relationships are available. They're there if you want them. It depends on how willing you are to open up again and to trust, to open your heart. And it won't happen if you're sitting behind closed doors. It's not going to happen if you're not getting out there and socializing and meeting people and giving yourself, opening up to the opportunity of meeting as well, of having a relationship. It's not going to happen if you're sitting watching Netflix every weekend, on your own with some chocolate. It's not likely to happen. So, this card is about opening up to reconnect with others. Love is there if you want it, but you've got to open up. So the message in this card, it's an interesting card for this week. We must, trust in love, to let your guard down around your heart, to remember, if you're a healer, you have an incredible gift, and to open up to this divine gift that you have, being in service, that you really can support and help other people, and to trust your gift, but also to allow yourself to be supported as well. It's necessary for you to be, share your gift in the world. You need to fill your own cup as well. You need to give, open to receive too. He's a beautiful man. He's very sensitive and very loving, and and he also prevented himself from connecting deeply with others after his wife died. We don't want that. We want connection, don't we? Okay. Hi, Suzanne. Susan. Next card. Oh, look, hey. So, look at the two cards. This tells me that whoever is online tonight, the people that are online tonight, you are likely, if you're in a relationship, or if you're wanting a relationship, this is a good week to go out and explore. Anyway, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles now. So I think we had her the other week before. So she's about her name is Queen Omphale. Hi Debbie, good to see you. Her name is Queen Omphale, and she is she's the queen of self-worth. She's about valuing your life by using your resources to take care of yourself radically. So she's like, I would call her radical self-worth. You can see here that she's full figure. Her name Omphale, Queen Omphale, is a Greek word for navel. She's connected with the sacral chakra, your navel chakra, and she's about sensuality and sexuality and opening up, sexually and sensually, like getting in touch with your senses and nurturing your body, and feeding yourself beautiful food. And it's not necessarily about going on a diet, this card. It's not really about that. It's about self-care and taking radical self-care of you. And that doesn't necessarily, as I was saying, that doesn't necessarily mean going on any strict diet. It's about investing your resources to take care of yourself this week. So sometimes I think of Queen Omphale like she's teaching us how to take care of our money as well. It's not necessarily about saving money, but how to invest money wisely, how to invest our resources wisely. So the story around Queen Omphale, you'll have heard me tell this story before. It's a good story. So she goes to a market, and she's a queen. She has her own. Did you? Perfect timing, Shannon. I may come along to your session. So, Queen Omphale, she goes to market, and she's a queen, and she owns her own. She was bequeathed her kingdom by her husband, and she goes to market, and she sees Hercules at the market, and she's in awe when she can see his physique, and he's gorgeous, and so she purchases him for a lover, not a fighter. And he wasn't expensive. It was about quality over quantity. So she is about that kind of mentality that you're only the best, to give yourself only the best, to focus on the best this week. And so when she purchased him to meet her sensual needs and her sexual needs. They ended up having children, and he was only with her for 3 years, I think. Hercules is actually bisexual. They didn't last for long, but they had this romance, and they cross-dressed, and she was the dominant in the relationship, and so it was all about meeting her needs. For her, that it's all about her, but she doesn't do it in a way where she's being hedonistic. It's about quality, giving herself quality. In her kingdom, she gave everybody in her kingdom was given the best food, the best clothes, the best housing, taken care of. So she is about taking care of yourself and valuing who you are, valuing your self-worth, valuing your life, investing in you, and not being afraid to use your resources to take care of yourself. It's not a waste of money. It's not a waste of money to spend on self-care and self-preservation and taking care of your pleasure as well. Pleasure is really important. Pleasure is we don't talk about it enough. It's probably not the forum to go into sort of orgasmic alchemy, but pleasure is part. This is what this card is about. How can I pleasure my life to bring back life? To light me up, to bring back some energy back into my life, fuel, passion, desire. This is this card. So, opening your heart, letting down the guard. Passion, desire, sensuality, sexuality. Curious cards. So, interesting. So now we have, this is King Minos, and he is offering a gift to Daedalus. Pleasure and abundance. That's right. Exactly. Open our hearts and yonis. Yes. So we have here Daedalus and King Minos. And Daedalus thought he lost everything. He thought that he'd lost everything, and he was worried. He was worried that he'd lost his career, that he lost his money. He gave up everything because of a mistake that he'd made. And so he gave it away. He threw it wasn't a very good mistake. He threw his nephew off a cliff, off the Acropolis in Athens, because he was jealous of his nephew's ability at the craft that he was training him in. And he tried to get rid of him, and he threw him off the cliff. And then he was racked with shame and guilt, and then left Athens with lost everything, let it go, and left Athens and went to Crete. And this is where he meets King Minos in Crete, who offers him a new role. So this card is about opening to receive again. So we've got the King of Cups, who is, the message in this card that we need to let the guard down. And then we've got in this card being open to receive. And so this isn't just receiving in the context of money, but opening up to abundance, basically prosperity, opening up your heart, not being afraid to invest in yourself, not being afraid to use your resources to invest in your business, in your personal life, in your love, in your heart. Just don't be afraid to take care of yourself, because you will receive. You will be compensated for that, divinely compensated. He took a risk and left Athens, decided to leave, knowing that he could lose. He may not recover what was lost, and he ends up with something better in the end anyway. Yes. So, opening to receive. It is in the sign. We've got two earth elements here. So we know this is in the sign. We know this is about money and abundance and flow and bringing ideas into form, materializing, and good positive cards this week. So let's do a bit of a summary, and then I'll do some readings. So I think there's people online, whoever's watching this, the people who are watching this is a partnership that's happening at the moment. It's definitely not for me. It's not happening in my life. Maybe some guy's going to randomly show up. Yeah, I don't know. But whoever's watching, yes, please, if drawn. Oh, for you? Yeah, I'll give you a reading. I'll give you a reading tonight, Katrina. Yeah, so this is about partnership. This is a partnership. This is a partnership. I'm saying whoever is online at the moment watching this, take that. If this is resonating for you, this is a nice little partnership. You're going to have to give him some time to open up. Just gentle. He's a beautiful person. Give him some time. Give him some time and let go. Let yourself be pleasured. Let yourself experience pleasure. Enjoy it. Open to receive. So I was going to say summaries. So let down the guard around your heart. It's about being in service in terms of meeting people emotionally, the therapist, the counselor, or receiving some kind of therapy for yourself. Letting down the guard, opening up to receive. Then we've got this card, which is pleasure, bringing pleasure back into your life, letting yourself feel pleasure, getting in touch with your senses and your sexuality, opening up to that flow, that creative flow, passion and desire. And then we have this card, receiving, Six of Pentacles, receiving some kind of help, you know, receiving some kind of financial help or being divinely compensated, being offered something, an offering of some sort. This is a good card this week. Open up to the flow. Open up to the flow this week. Okay. Now I'll do some readings. Hi, Nell. I'm going to be seeing everybody on Tuesday night. I can't wait. I've got a pendulum, a Ouija board session on Tuesday night that we're doing under the full moon. Yes, I've been creating some of the workbook for that today. Looking forward to that. Hi, Dylan. What a reading. Yeah, isn't it a nice one? So whoever's in a relationship right now, that's a really it's a really good sign. Hi, Dora. I don't think it's by chance that we had the king and the queen standing side by side. You can't wait, Irina? Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm excited. I'm excited about, of course I am. I love that sort of work. But when I was creating the content today, it just flowed really easy. You know, that's a really good sign when it flows like that. I know that I'm in alignment, you know. Sometimes I create courses and I think I'm into it, and then when I've got to, it doesn't happen that often, but it does occasionally happen. You know, you create things, you go, actually, I don't know why I did this, I'm not feeling it. This one I'm definitely feeling. The flow was just there today. It took me like less than an hour to create the content. It was just dropping in, dropping through. Brilliant. So good. Okay. You missed my... Oh, Rosie, I wish that you were in Perth because we would be catching up for coffees or something. Rosie used to, many years ago, I am going to read some cards in a minute, many years ago, and it was a long time ago, in my early 20s, I used to run, it was called Merlin's Sacred Circle at Nature's Cabin in Mount Hawthorn, and Rosie would come along to my meditation and channeling groups, and I think I taught you Reiki as well. I'm sure I'm not the only one that supported you at that time, but yes, it was a really young, youthful group. We had all the young'uns in our space because we were all young, but we had a lot of young people. And most of the kids that were there, because we were all kids, 20s, early 20s, most of the young people that were there were the children of some of the people who were running the psychic development groups. Some of the mums who were running those groups, it was their kids. They wanted to learn, but they didn't want to learn with their mums, so they came along to mine. Yeah, back in the day. It was busy. I was busy. Plenty of people. Okay, so who am I going to read for? Yeah, I thought I taught you Reiki. I remember, I think we came to your home. I think we did it in your house, from memory. Yeah. Yeah, so Katrina, I will say this, I do have 2 more spots open for the pendulum course, so if anybody wants to come along, I'll put a link in there. It's $111, and so I'll read the cards in a second. It's $111. I'll pop a link in before I go to bed tonight if you'd like to come along. And you don't need an Ouija board because I'm going to send you via email something that you can print out that you can use with your pendulum. So it's using your pendulum as like a flashlight, but it's not, you'll use that as a divination tool. It's a dowsing tool, and so I'll show you different ways in which you can use that. From memory, Rosie, you were really good at using the pendulum. I can remember sessions many years ago when I was teaching the pendulum. You could have ran that class yourself. You used to be really clever at the pendulum. The hot seat spirit guides. Yeah, I remember that. We used to do transfiguration nights. I better stop talking about it, but it was full on. We had like a red light, and we'd make the room pitch black, and then we'd put like a black coat around the person, and we'd have the light on the person and watch spirit transfigurate over their face. That was good fun. Okay, I better pick someone. I'm reminiscing too much. It must be this moon. Okay, Katrina, I said I was going to read for you, so let's pick a card for you, and it's staring straight at me. So, Oh, okay, Katrina. So this is aces are big energy, big upsurge of energy. So this is about having a vision, being visionary, being a seer, being an oracle for your life, opening up your mind to the potentiality of a new chapter, a new beginning. And so this card, we have Zeus here. He's very powerful. Zeus is the all-seer. He's associated with the eagle, who has this incredible, he's the bird that, you know, bird that can fly higher than any bird and that can see so much, you know, that has this bird's eye view, this incredible view. And so this card represents the expanded view. This is the imagination. And when we are visioning, you know, our future, or being the oracle for our future, it doesn't usually come from this really logical space. It usually comes from this imaginative space, and it's very spacious. And you're being called to bring that into the present moment and start taking action based on the vision that you see outside of you, to bring that into the present moment and start becoming that now rather than chasing it. So bring it into the now. It's really common for people to do that. I've done that. You see something in the future, or you're an oracle. You can see your future, but you see it's something outside of you, something far away, that you have to move towards it. And when manifesting is about bringing it into the present moment and taking action on something to bring it into fruition, to make manifest, and to take a step towards manifesting it, so taking action on something that it calls from you. So this card is about bringing that vision into reality, in bringing that vision, that desire that you have for your life, bringing it into reality, what to think about the next step. And it's a big vision that you have. You've got to dream big. This is the card of dreaming big, to let yourself think in expanded ways. Think in possible, what potentially could be possible for you in terms of what your heart longs for. Because the Wands is connected to soul purpose and destiny. And you are your destiny. You're the one that's creating. You're the one that's creating your destiny. It's up to you to make it happen. And Spirit wants to support you, of course. Spirit wants to support you to have what you want, but you've got to be the one to take action to make it happen. So, a brand new chapter is upon you, Katrina. A brand new chapter. A new chapter in your life. A new beginning. And it's an exciting one. Start thinking of new potential possibilities. Stay open and take a step. Let that come into you and take a step to make it manifest, make it happen. Okay. Was that reading for you, Rosie, that I did tonight? I wouldn't doubt it. I don't doubt. Oh, you're so welcome, Katrina. Okay, who else am I going to read for? When and where is the course? Sandy, it's online. We're doing it via Zoom. So it's on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. And we finish at 8, I think, or 9. I can't remember. Well, it goes for 3 hours. We need 3 hours because there's a bit of chat. We need a bit of spirit talking about how it all sort of works. So I need a bit of time, sort of a bit of training time as well. So it's a 3-hour event. We'll take like a 10-minute break between the session. I can't wait. I'm just too excited. I was looking at the moon tonight thinking this is just like, maybe that's why I was feeling a bit anxious, because I do when I'm really excited or feeling so strongly about something, I have a little bit of anxiety, probably because I care. When you care about something and you want it to go right, you have right intention, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You don't want to be too relaxed about things, eh? Okay, who am I going to read for now? I'm talking too much and I'm going to miss people, so I better stop it. All right. Okay, I am going to read for Shannon. Yes, there's a man coming for me. Really? Are you being an oracle for me at the moment, Shannon? So loud. I hope you can hear me. The rain's just popped in. Shannon, I'm going to read for you. Really loud. Can everybody hear me? I think we'll pause for a moment. It's rain. It's really loud. Oh good, you can still hear me. Alright, I'll just carry on then. I'll just be yelling into the phone. Yes, you can hear. Okay, Shannon, this is for you. Go to the card. Here it is. Shannon, this is partnership, business partnerships, partnership. This is your sign. This is your sign. If you're thinking about collaborating, or you want to collaborate, or you want to work with someone, you've got your eye on working with someone, or someone has offered you some kind of collaborative, to do some collaborative work, this is your yes sign. This is your yes. Go ahead and do this. Or if you're thinking about it, this is the business partnerships, and it's positive. This isn't negative. This is a positive card. This is the coming together of two people with a shared goal and have a shared interest. And so, yeah, it's full of heart. It's, you know, we know it's in cups. The cups represents the emotions and heart and feeling and the relationship that we have with ourselves, the relationship that we have with others. And this tells me that this relationship is fairly new, being that it's the Two of Cups. My sense is that it's new. Not always with the Two of Cups. Sometimes this card can represent reconciliations as well in relationship. And it's not always new partnerships, but my yes, it has opened up, Sandy. It was so loud. It's starting to tone down now, thank God. Yeah, it's trying to drown out my voice, isn't it? I'm really hot in here as well. I don't know if you can see my face. I'm like burning up. It's boiling. I'm just going to turn my head off. So, Shannon, this is for you. This is about partnership. This is partnership. This is business partnership. This is your yes. This is positive. This is really good. If somebody hasn't offered you some kind of collaboration now, they'll be there. Or if there's like a collaborative project and it's all positive, it's all good. Good outcomes. Okay. So, yes, go ahead and do it, Shannon. This is your yes. I'm not getting any kind of off vibe about that. This is an opportunity. A collaborative opportunity. Say yes. Why not? So, who else am I going to read for? Potentially, who? Kim, are you still here? Kim. I think Kim's got, oh, you're still here. Awesome. I'll read for you. I'm burning up in here. It's really, and it's not even like, can you see how like my face is red and it feels hot to touch as well? It's really warm and it's actually cold outside, but I am like, it's all this spirit talk. The light beings, they're all excited to make connection. It's going to be a big night. I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay. They're already here. So, Kim. The rain's picking up again. Kim, this is big manifestation. This is big energy, big manifesting energy. I call this card like the power manifester of the tarot, the manifesting genius of the tarot. This is like upsurge of bringing in being financially compensated, divinely compensated, prosperity, abundance, money being paid out, or receiving some kind of payment, this is like bringing ideas and bringing it into form and then having quick outcomes, things happening very quickly. This is like flash, like speed. Sometimes I think of this card like when you have an idea, or when people have ideas. Some people they'll get the idea and then they'll go, oh, that's nice, and then they just put it on the shelf. And they say, oh, you know, divine timing, it's not now, so I'll just put it on the shelf and wait. But what I've come to realise with the work that I do is that when you get an idea and it comes through, the flash of inspiration when it comes through, the sooner you act on it, the bigger the compensation you get. You know, the bigger you are divinely compensated at the speed in which you act. And if you act quickly, then you will get a big compensation for it. So this is a powerful card. So whatever you are wanting to create, whatever you have in your mind, this is another positive, yes. And if you I just got distracted by Shannon's message. I'll look at that afterwards, Shannon. This is about being, whatever you've been investing in, this is a good sign. Or if you want to invest in something, do it, because you'll be compensated in very large way. Like, this is financial, this is a good card to get. This is like, don't worry about money. You will be divinely compensated for whatever it is that you're investing in. That's okay, Shannon, no problem. I'm interested in what you've got to say. I am interested. That's why I got distracted by it. Yeah, so this is divine compensation. Act. Yes, it's on its way very quickly, happening very, very quickly. This is the collapsing of time very quickly. Actually, I've been asked by a few people, but one is significant as I work with women only, and he is asked to bring his men to hold mixed events. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm just thinking about the two cards that we had tonight at the beginning of the reading, because it is for the collective, right? So that there was a male and there was a female, and being compensated, opening to receive. It's okay, you don't have to apologise. The rain sounds lovely, does it? That's good. I can't hear myself. Yes. Oh, you were meant to jump on tonight, Shannon. I believe that. You were meant to jump on tonight. Okay, so who am I going to read? Yes, lots of cups and pentacles. The nice, well, you know, as long as there's no swords, hey? We haven't had any swords. Good. Good, we all need a break from that. From our karma. Clearing our karma. Okay, who else am I going to read for? Who else is online? Who would like a card? Dylan, are you still around? So I saw you pop up. Dylan, are you still here? Yes, stay focused. Surprise wins. It's like a winner. It's like a winning card. That's the kind of card that you want in your back pocket when you go gambling. That's the kind of card that you want to do spell work with if you're trying to call in money. You want to call in money in abundance. He's the master manifestor. He works with emotion, and so you can see that he's Poseidon, so he rules the water and the earth. it's a combination of the alignment of emotions and intention, the thought, bringing that into manifesting thought into material form. Yeah, it's very noisy, isn't it? So, Dylan, you're still here. Great. Okay, and Edie, I'm going to read for you too. Oh, shit. Dylan, this must be your card. Or maybe this is Edie's, because I was thinking about her and I'm going to put it aside. I don't know. I'm going to put it back in the deck. I don't know. Confuse myself here. Dylan, okay. Here's your card. Oh, Prince Charming. Okay. So this card represents. He's what I would call the chuckling to myself. He's what we would call the. Actually, like this is the card. I'll just spit it out. He's like the Don Juan of the tarot, right? And so this is someone who, this is your capacity for love. That you can fall in love really easy and really quickly. And so this is about falling in love, this card. It is about opening your heart to love and falling in love. But it is also about remembering not to sacrifice your needs just to have someone in your life or just to have a particular person in your life. That sometimes sometimes this card we can self-sacrifice to the extent that we actually end up denying ourselves of what we really want in a relationship, and we just to keep somebody there. And so this card isn't to be mocked. It's not something that we shouldn't take seriously. This is someone. This card. This is about the falling in love, falling in love, and the good and the nice feeling and the romance of all of that, and wanting that as well. Wanting that, but one must be careful of not, don't put yourself, sometimes we can put other people on a pedestal and the reality, or project who we want them to be, but that's actually not who they are. And our expectations, we get let down, and so this is the card of not expecting others to be, or maybe I'll say it like this. Sometimes this card is in the sign of Pisces, and Pisceans can tend to beautiful, romantic, dreamy, spiritual, and love. Love being connected with something, greater spirituality source. But they can be victims of their own delusions as well. That sometimes we can delude ourselves, and that's what this card is saying. That sometimes all is not as it seems, and that you have to put yourself first. Is basically, you are just as important as the other. So the message in this card is that whatever you're feeling is real, but remember you are just as valuable in the relationship as the other. Whoever your heart is longing, feeling, or longing towards, it's like, just remember that you're just as precious too. Falling in love. Falling in love. Okay. Edie, it's so good to see you. I really was thinking about you. I was thinking about you this week. Wondering how you were doing. Wondering how things went after I spoke to you. I don't want to go into obviously public detail. Just thinking about our session. It happens. I'm pretty good at remembering. I read for a lot of people. For some reason I can remember readings pretty well. Most of them. Okay. So, Edie, this is for you. It's staring at me, so I'll just grab that card. I wonder what it's going to be. Okay, so this is about quicksilver decision making, really quick, fast decision making. You have a choice to make, and you're feeling the winds of change. You're feeling change is upon you, and this is about quicksilver decisions that won't be mistakes. This is in the card. This is in the sign of Gemini, and Geminis tend to be the brilliance of mind, really smart, really intelligent, and good communicators. Really good with technology, really good with communication, writing. But nonetheless, this card is about the brilliance of mind and the intellect, and it's also about high consciousness, higher thinking, and quick silver changes, really quick, fast, quick changes. If you're feeling called for change, this is your sign. This is your sign. Yes, Edie and I we're pretty like connected. That's what happens with people that, well, my clients, I believe that I'm soul contracted to read for my clients, that I'm meant to work with them. It's just, how it's meant to be. There are some people that I don't feel that connection with. There was only someone the other week that I just actually said, no, I'm not going to read for you. And not because they're not a nice person or anything along those lines, just that I knew that my reading style wasn't going to be a fit. We weren't meant to work with each other. So I said no. That happens sometimes with clients. If I get an off note, it's not because, or potential clients, it's not because I don't like them. It's not about that. It's just, if I feel an off note, it doesn't happen that often. Really, it doesn't happen that often. But if it does happen, I honour it. When I feel it, I honour it. Sometimes it pisses people off. It upsets them. But I'm not doing it to upset people. I'm doing it because I don't want them to feel ripped off. And I don't want, it's not good for me for business either. If I'm getting an off note, then there's a reason for it. I trust my feelings. I need to trust my feelings more. We all do. We all do, especially in this day and age with everything that's going on. We need to learn to trust our intuition. There's so much going on out there. And all these videos that we see that people are sharing online, it's all the monkey mind crap that's going on for all these individuals, all the pain bodies reacting, and we can get very much caught into it. But as some people are calling some of the videos, it's 5D. It's not 5D if they're in their pain body and it's triggering all this fear. That's not 5D. It's not 5D. And it's so easy to get caught up in that and lose our center, lose our sense of self. Your intuition is talking to you 24/7. It is your divine intelligence. We haven't been taught to trust it enough, which is what's so brilliant about pendulums. This is what we're going to be doing Tuesday night. Learning to trust, feel into the somatic world, into our intuition, moving with the pendulum, getting and having somatic experiences, embodiment experiences. Be amazing. Cannot wait. Okay. Who am I reading for now? You're so welcome, Kim. Thanks, Edie. Oh. So, what's the time? I've got time for two more. So who's in for a reading? Rachel. Okay. This is your card, Rachel. Rachel, are you still here? Oh, I'm so glad, Katrina. We just need that. We need that King of Cups, that King of Cups tonight. Yes, I'll read for you as well, Charlotte. No problem. I just want to check in and see that. I've just forgotten her name. Rachel. Rachel, are you still here? I'm really hot. Oh, okay. Can you see how red my face is? I'm like burning up. Okay, we have some swords, the dreaded swords. Swords aren't bad. They are probably the most transformational of the cards. We're just scared of what it calls from us because it usually requires us to make significant change that causes disruption and chaos and for moments in time. Sometimes it can last, I'm saying for moments. can last years for some people, depending on how quickly they're willing to learn or how quickly or how easily we get hooked in. So in this card, Orestes is standing between his two parents who are arguing. They're arguing because this is Agamemnon, and what he wants to do is sacrifice his daughter to Athena so that he can win the war against Troy. So if you know anything about Troy, there's a reason why I'm telling you this. Or always is when I start telling you this. But if you know anything about Troy, Troy eloped with Helen, who was Menelaus' wife, which is Agamemnon is his brother, Menelaus' wife, and he eloped, stole her. They eloped, and they went back to Troy. He was the Prince of Paris. Prince of Troy. His name's Paris. And it started this huge war. But it wasn't really about Helen. Helen was just the excuse. It was about economics and money. And so he was willing to sacrifice his child to win. And so this, sometimes I refer to the swords like family therapy. It's like the family therapy. But it's about clearing family karma, clearing the karma that we've come into this world, you know, the conditions we've been born into, and how that has affected the way that our choices, our actions, the relationships that we choose, our behaviours, the habitual patterns of behaviour that we unconsciously participate in because of the impact of the environment that we were raised in, and how our family has, you know, impacted on our self-belief and our attitudes. So Orestes knows that he has to do some work around that, but he doesn't want to face his karma. He doesn't want to face you know, the potential for conflict, for change. That if he does the inner work, if he does face the issues in his current relationship, that he's potentially going to have, you know, conflict and even maybe even separation. There's no guarantee, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that things end, but he knows that if he doesn't want to, like he's got his hands over his ears because he just thinks, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. But eventually he has to. He has to. So sometimes this card is like the denial of knowing that the work has to be done, but not wanting to do it, pretending that it's not happening, but we can't deny it forever. So as I was saying, swords aren't actually bad cards. They're just really confronting. And you know, the element of air is really intelligent. It's really intelligent, and change is the true nature of reality. And things cannot stay. You know, life isn't static. It's in constant motion and movement. So this is the card of having to face what you don't want to face, but not feeling ready to do that yet. But knowing that you must, at some point, clear some of this karma. And yep, it's generational karma. It's been around for a long time, and it needs your loving attention. And you know, yes, there probably will be some conflict, but the outcome will be freedom. It will be freedom for you. It will be the ending of what no longer serves you anymore. Peace. It will give you inner peace once you do face this. Okay. Dora May, I'll pull a card for you. Yeah, Shannon, sometimes it's more subtle, but it feels really just feels really strong tonight. I wasn't in the mood tonight either. I was sort of contemplating, thinking I don't really feel like it, but now I'm here. And I kept on asking, do you really want me to do this tonight? You know, I don't really feel like it, and I kept on getting a yes, 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 yes. Yes, this is coming to a head soon. Thank you, spot on. Look, I will say this, let me say this, because I know that it doesn't seem like you're getting any sort of, it's a confirmation card. What I do know with the swords, that peace, eventually, at the end of all of this, there is peace. And a choice. offerings. So, oh God, I'm flipping cards all over the place. Dora. Okay. Lucky last. Dora, here's your card. It's popping out at me. So, oh, big choices, Dora. So this is a major card. We haven't had any major cards. This is the first major card tonight. Is it hailing where you are, Rosie? It's not hail here. It's just because it's a little tin. It's a tiny little room at the back of the house. I've got my bookshelf and all my stuff in here. Anyway, okay. So Dora, the Lovers card. This isn't the same as in the Rider-Waite. In the Rider-Waite, this sort of represents a relationship and the coming together of two people and all that sort of stuff. In this card, in the Mythic Tarot, it represents choices. It represents choices in terms of matters of the heart and material reality or material. This card is about choosing the heart over lust. This is Paris. Well, you know, I was talking about Paris before. So he goes, the gods ask him to vote in this beauty contest with the three goddesses, because the gods knew that if they participated in this contest, or if they voted, that they would meet the wrath of the goddesses that weren't chosen. And so they said, we better get a mortal in, because we're not willing to put our lives at risk. So they grabbed Paris and said, you have to do it. And Paris is very immature. He was an adolescent, he was very immature, and he spent his life herding sheep and sleeping with women. That's all he did. And he was very good looking. And he wasn't really into substance. It was just lust, thrill of the moment. And so he votes for the goddesses, or he chooses a goddess. And Hera says to him, if you choose me, I will give you rulership. You will rule the world. And Athena says to him, well, if you choose me, I'll make you the greatest warrior that ever lived. And then Aphrodite says, well, if you choose me, then I will give you the most beautiful woman in the world. And she drops her gown, and he was in love, well, not love, he was in lust with her in that moment. And so she gave him, she created the relationship, or she put a spell on Helen and Paris to fall in love with each other, and afflicted this love affair upon the two of them, and which started the Great War, the Trojan War. And these two goddesses were plotting against Paris. So Athena taught Agamemnon how to create this horse that was dragged in to Troy. And yes, heart over lust. Yeah, heart always wins for sure. So yes, long story short, it is also about triangles, right? When there's a choice to be made and the influence of another potentially influencing you in a way that may not be in your best interests, that may not be in your best interest, I'll just put it that way. So you need to learn to listen to your heart. Sometimes this card will come up even in simple things like employment, or it doesn't necessarily have to be around relationship with lovers. It can be around, it's a love triangle, it's a triangle, choices that, that could potentially create conflict, or will create conflict eventually anyway, but it creates change and it grows you. So you're being called to choose heart, follow your heart, choose love over lust, choose love, always choose love. Easy said than done. We can get over, sometimes we think money is more important, or the material gain is more important, but it will be a short-term gain. Paris dies, Helen walks out unscathed, off onto her next conquest, her next love conquest. He perishes. Choose wisely. Okay. Thanks, Dora, for stopping by. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. I will put a link in the comments for my pendulum course. I've only got 2 spots open. So if you want those spots, it's yours. But you need to act quickly. You've got to act quickly because it's Tuesday night, and I need to get the email that is going to be sent out to everyone with all the details. So yes, you need to act quickly. So I will put the link in. Yeah, I don't know, Dora. That was the card for you. This is about you following your heart instead of following the money, or following what you think is going to, you know, following material comfort. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Oh, so glad to catch you as well, Rosie. I'm so glad that you stopped by. Love seeing you. So good to see Edie as well, and Dylan and everyone. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks, Charlotte. Oh, did I read for you, Charlotte? Did you say you were too late? Whoops, sorry. I think I said I was going to read for you and I didn't. I will next week. I don't remember. Did I read for you? I don't think I did. I have to go though because my daughter's home. Next week she won't be at home, so I can stay on for a little bit longer. Okay, I'll put the link in. Sending love, everyone. Have an amazing evening. Bye.